Mr. Rajeev Chaba joins us for a quick chat. Remember, the company has been very proactively talking about how the electric vehicles is the future for India. Thank you, Mr. Chaba, for joining us. Before I come to the advertising and marketing perspective that you have been leading from the forefront of the company as well, tell us about how's the EV going for MG Motors and what are the plans looking forward?
Yeah, so for us, the journey has been pretty good so far. It's definitely exceeded our expectations. As you know, that we have got one EV at present called GZS EV, and we are getting almost 1,000 orders a month, but unfortunately, we are not able to cater to. We are supplying 400-500 cars a month. Hopefully, we should exceed that soon. And also, we are launching another car. So actually, the market, another car next year. So we are, I think, in good shape overall. Yes, there are a lot other issues like charging infrastructure and range anxiety issues, some education issues. So we all are grappling with that right now and trying to evolve, trying to improve. This whole journey is evolving, and we like to feel that we are in the forefront of it.
So you mentioned about the entire ecosystem for electric vehicles is equally important than launching a vehicle in the Indian market. Tell us about any acquisitions, any tie-ups that you're looking forward to build a strong network of charging stations, dealership networks, and the touch points for vehicles.
So actually, that's a very important point because in this journey alone, you cannot do it. So on one hand, you have the need for the charging infrastructure. So there we are talking to a lot of charging companies and also the companies like Geo, BP, and then BPCL and some other big companies who are trying to get into it. So we are joining hands with them, trying to provide them a charging solution. On the other hand, the second life cycle of battery. How do you take care of the battery once the full usage is over after 12 or 15 years, or there's a second use of battery or recycle of battery for the circular economy? So you need partners in all these spaces for not only installing the charger, but how do you get the charger? How do you assemble the charger? The whole battery management system, then the recycling of the battery and the reusage of the battery. So we are joining hands with lots and lots of companies in this space, and I must say that the things are really pacing up and accelerating in a big way.
Right. We just saw the numbers as well, monthly numbers. They were about 6% down in the previous month. So, any reasons that you're attributing? The statement, however, said that some logistic supply issues, value chain issues were there. So, and what are the?
We don't have any demand side issue. Unfortunately, the whole fluctuation in sales is because of the supply side. Okay. And still there is unpredictability on the supply side. Hopefully, in this month, September, I think situation should start improving for us, and our numbers should start going up.
Right. Tell us about the festive season is here. How are you gearing up for sales? How's the inventory looking like? The backlog and the delivery of vehicles to the future customers. By the way, we have a wonderful Hector that was launched like 4 or 5 days back. So, how's the demand looking like for the festive season?
For us, we are fortunate. Our demand is robust. We have 4 products, as you know, Hector, Gloucester, Acer, and ZSEV. All 4 are in shortages right now. Not really proud of that because I think we can do better on the supply side. So the whole preparation about the festive environment, what you're talking about, is all about getting more and more supplies.
So, how are you planning to improve supplies? What about Made in India plans? Any investment from the parent company being planned?
So I would say because of the COVID experience and because of the freight situations, we have been trying to localize a lot now. Our whole emphasis this year has been later part of last year and this year has been to do more and more localization, and that will help us gear up to improve the supplies as we go forward. But as you know, most of these electronics and the chips and all is a long lead item, so that's why it has taken such a time. But alternate source of supplies, localization, these are some of the steps we have taken, and we are taking more and more.
Right. That was my last set of questions. I'd like to ask you on how important is advertising and marketing for a brand. You are enjoying about 2% market share in a very less time. You've captured that. So, something you've done right, your advertising and your marketing and branding efforts. What do you think at India at 100 also, at India at 75 also, how has it all changed, and what are the companies doing really good now to ensure that the branding marketing spend that is done is up to the mark?
See, in my opinion, marketing actually augments the product. and so that used to be the mantra earlier, and still the mantra remains. Only thing is now it's more than the product, so it augments whatever you do in the company about community, about diversity, and other stakeholders. So marketing advertising augments all the efforts. The main thing is your karmas or your efforts towards all these things. Once you do a good job, then marketing can help amplify that message, and then can give the message in the right narrative as you want. But main thing is you have to do it the right way first.
And advertising, how do you think has it changed over a period of time for India in particular? How do you think Indian brands are advertising, and any innovations that you feel would automatically be good for India?
A lot is happening there, in terms of innovation. The whole content has changed, the language has changed, the delivery system has changed. Digital roots obviously are there, influencers are there. So there's a change. It has a completely changed in the last 5 or 6 years, in my opinion. And this will only gather pace with the advent of 5G, because the way the people are consuming the data, and also the minds, the time span is so less for compelling and creative and innovative, and that's what we are seeing happening now.
So, Chaba, President, always speak to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.